The power of conversion is all in the quality of the question. And it's really a great question to say, well, what do you say? And if you think about it, could you upgrade some of the language of what you're saying on the phone to get people to buy more into what it is that you're doing and to actually book more appointments? Now, what we know is that in every single phone call, most people do the first little bit okay. Then they do the body of the call, and that's where it starts to fall away. But all the money's actually made in being able to get to the last 10% of the call. We've been experimenting with some new language around any chance and what would it take. When I'm on the phone and I'm working with a buyer, is there any chance I could get you to come have a look at Smith Street? What would it take to get you to come have a quick look at Smith Street and see how close it comes to suiting your requirements? When I'm working with a seller, any chance I could come and see yours? What would it take to come and see your place? Do you see how all of a sudden the language is aspirational and it's ambitious? And this is really the skill set of what a great agent does, is that they learn how to ask questions where it's easy to say yes and it's hard to say no. It's about being ambitious without being weird. And if you start thinking about it, you're saying, oh, you know what, would you like an appraisal on your house? Someone else in the street's also getting one as well. Well, you know what? Somebody in my street's also getting a divorce. I don't want one of those. But what I want you to start thinking about is the skill set of how you actually make it easy and open and accessible by using words that normal mums and dads in your marketplace use every day. And you know, that's that foundational idea that if you're going to become a phenomenal influencer, you've got to become great at negotiation. So when you're there and you're working with someone, hey, why this one? Oh, Josh, I really like the Northeast aspect. Oh, why else? Oh, because you know what? It's really good for us because we like a house that's got great views. Why else? Oh, because we really like the fact that you've got rear lane access, which gives us a bit of privacy when we're parking our cars. Okay, great. Why else? Well, Josh, you know what I really love about the property is I love how there's a good separation between the family and the actual living zones. So you start having that whole conversation around what's actually going on. And then you go with why now? Well, Josh, we sold last weekend. We've got like 10 days to buy something so that naturally our settlements can dovetail and we don't have to move twice. You see how like the power of like 7 words, why this one, why else, why now, gets you what we got to call the entire negotiation leverage that you now know that buyer can go and pay more. And what's it all about? It's about changing up the questions. It's about changing up the words. It's about making sure that you can use language that influences, which actually stays ambitious, but most importantly, allows you to be able to go and win more deals more often. So think about what you're saying and make sure that now is the time for the upgrade just before we hit a spring marketplace.